Hey everybody, it's Bust with Expedition Crowd number 421. One away from the old Blaze It draft that we did before. Let's see what shows up here. And so, all right, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of options. I still don't like Lulu. She's been kind of forever garbage in Expedition. That's just kind of the function of support, right? Support's only good half of the game, and if you ever fall behind, then support just doesn't do anything. And so, not a huge fan of Lulu. But if you've been playing any constructed, you know Scion is the real deal, and then cloning program Ezreal is okay. I'm not a huge fan of being in Freylord and going for the Elnix, but there are lots of options that we could do with Ezreal. But these are still pretty strong cards over here with Scion. Salt and Stitch is pretty trash, but Weapons of the Lost is still a good high quality removal spell. And then even if you aren't doing a bunch of discard stuff, it's not that challenging to summon 35 power worth of dudes and have this big old Scion on the board. And so that's who I'm kind of looking at here. I would love to draft for the memes just a little bit. We could look to Ezreal for that. Like that goose egg that you saw in the previous one. I tried to build a Claws of the Dragon build around, and then we just didn't see any Claws of the Dragon, and so that was a little bit unfortunate. But I mean, we could try this Ezreal and try to get the Frostbites going. It's been a while. It's been a while, but all right, let's do it. Okay, so the frozen solid ash is a fantastic pickup for this, and so the way that we typically look to do Ezreal build arounds are you can't just count on casting spells to make this work. It's just way too many spells to try and get Ezreal going, and so you either need spells that target multiple things, and so that would be like a harsh winds or an electrostatic shock, or more importantly, you're looking for dudes that target things. And coming out of the frozen solid ash, that's where you're going to find access to Ice Veil archers. And so I think this is a fantastic combination. I don't like playing Ezreal with Shadow Isles. Like the idea makes sense, right? You're just playing this mountain of removal spells, and those removal spells eventually flip your Ezreal, but it just takes like way too long to pull off. And so, not that interested in chasing that down. We'll go for the Ash here, and then see if we still can't build towards Ezreal. Okay, and so do we want to dive in on the Elnix? I mean, that's as hardcore memery as you can ever assemble, but I don't want to do that. The Bull Elnic is reasonably okay. Like 9 stats for 4 mana is not that bad, but Shady Character is a bit garbage. Shatter is not that strong either, but we're starting to piece together a reasonable number of Frostbites, even if these are some of the bad ones. Like some Succumb to the Cold sucks, and Shatter is not that great, but we need these showing up so that we can build towards these frostbites. Okay, well, we do have a top-notch set of bros here in the Ancient Yeti and the Yeti Yearling. I am still a big fan of the Yetis, and so having the Blood on the Ice packs show up in addition to the Frozen Solid packs gives us double ways to get the frostbites. More than happy to snatch this one up. Okay, and then the actual perfect pack, the Ancient Yeti with the Ice Veil Archer. Stoked to hit that. We're looking good. And the last one. Don't want to touch on red. We're not going to get enough good cards out of this. It's just going to dilute our strategy too much. If you're playing Freylord and Noxus, then fine. You can get the Ash combos along with things like Calling Strike, but we're not going to be doing that today. We'll take the double Frostbite pack over here on the left because both Feral Mystic and Weirding Stones are garbage. Okay, well, I would love to play an Avarosian Outrider, but we're just not going to be there, right? If the plan is to come out here and draft Ezreal, then the Outriders are right. We're going to have to pick up 2 more copies of Ezreal, so we're going to have at least 9 P and Z cards in our deck, and I really don't like to have more than 6 if we're going to try and hit allegiances. But I think if you are out here just shooting for your 7 winner, this is the pack. You just kind of give up on this Ezreal stuff. You're just kind of like, well, I've got an Ezreal in my deck, and that's fine. But we're not really going to try to, really focus and build around him. Then sure, go for the Outriders. This is the stronger pack. The Rhinefang Wolf is fantastic here as well. But with what we're trying to do here and to build around Ezreal, I'm going to go with the Harsh Winds Rhinefang Wolf. Just a more in tune set of units with him. Right, and then these cards all suck. Not playing Frozen Thralls, this one's just purely dead. The Insightful Investigator, that's going to be tough to use, right? We do have one Icevale Archer at this point, but not really excited about that one. And then our last pack, the Zonite Urchin is good. We don't have any combos with the Nyandroid, though. I think I just kind of want the combat trick here. Hopefully, we can just trade away something like the Insightful Investigator, but the Nyandroid is going to be much more dead than either the Suit Up or the Investigator. Okay. Another set of turds. But Caught in the Cold should be able to do it. Icy Yeti's not that good, but like I really don't like Succumb to the Cold. It's just way too expensive, and you'll also run into times to where the Frozen Thrall just messes up your board. Like if you're trying to summon units and you have the Frozen Thrall on board, it might mess with things. We shouldn't be summoning too much here, but I'm not really amped about that one, and we don't have any interactivity up to this point, so we haven't been seeing any Mystic Shots or gotchas or anything. There's a gotcha down here to the right, but not not exactly working. Ugh, these cards all suck too. I don't want the counterfeit copies. I think this is just going to have to be another troll chant. Make sure we aren't picking up too many spells. Okay, we're fine. We're at about 10. Okay, well, the Tall Tales is good. We only have one Yeti yearling, but I would like that to be kind of like our main theme here is Yetis and targeted spells, and then finishing off with Ezreal. I think I'm on board with that. Winter's Breath. I don't think this will work. I haven't had too many opportunities to play this. It's not horrifically bad, but I think we have to take the Yeti Yearling given the chance. If we're going to start drafting Tall Tales, we have to place a big value on Yeti Yearlings. Okay. Well, iterative improvement does fit with what we're trying to do. This counts as a target for Ezreal. You do have to target your opponent's unit with this instead of our own, but that can be, copying their best unit's not that bad. Then we're getting a Mystic Shot out of this as well. I would like to pick up one Rhyme Tusk Shaman, but the iterative improvement Mystic Shot are just too on point with what we're trying to do. And then we would have a pretty bonkers Allegiance deck had we taken that other Outrider and picked up this one as well. Not what we're doing here today, but that would have been pretty strong. Den Mother's great here as well. Got tons of Frost Bites to activate that ability. Okay. Down here to the end, what can we do? This is tough, man. The Avrosian Marksman is the second unit that can come down and target something, but I don't feel like we can trade out our Yeti Yearlings as we have, as we're going to be trying to play Tall Tales. I really want to hang on to that, but this is kind of suck, right? I don't want to play 4 Brittle Steels, just way too many. And so the Static Shock is on theme with what we're trying to do. It's just like such a low value card, but it's going to give us that double target we're looking for. Okay. So y'all know what time it is. We do have to go and turn something premium. Use the pay to win lifestyle as we know and love. Let me see. We're in Freylord. What was the other one? Oh, P and Z. Okay. Get your arcanes out here. And let's see what we can do. Nothing in the common space is going to work, or at least in the units. How about these spells? There's a bunch of them. You can tell how bad these spells are because they aren't they aren't turned premium just yet. So I don't think we have any of these either. Let me double check. There's so many spells here. Nope. All right. I don't think we drafted any landmarks. All right. Well, we're going up into the rare space. What do we got here? Taking all my monies. Come on, Riot. All right. Well, we got a Rhymefang Wolf. Is there anything else in here that's pretty cool? Didn't get a Shaman. The Den Mother does summon a dude. Which counts, you get 2 premium cards instead of 1. Alright, I'm behind that logic. Get those Rhymefang packs out here all shiny and stuff. Looking pretty good. So cool. Let's dive on in, see what we can do. So yeah, I think this theme is strong enough. Again, if you were just shooting for your 7 winner of the week, the Avrosian Hearthguard style, hey, we're just going to play Ashe Allegiance would have been the way to go. All of the Yetis still play pretty fantastically there. You're going to get to use Ashe with all of the Frostbites you're building up. Just an incredibly powerful strategy there. It works much better if you're able to find Avrosian Trappers. so that you can play a Trapper on 3, put the Enraged Yeti in your top 3, and then play the Hearthguard on 4, so you get to almost immediately draw that boosted unit. But didn't see a Trapper that whole run. All right, a day late on the Ancient Yeti, but turn 1's better than can't do it turn 0. Turn 1 is fine. Okay, then they do have Zed playing Shadow Isles, so I would assume that they're trying to do some of the ephemeral stuff, some of the shadows and dust kind of thing. We'll see if that's what turns up here. Cool. We don't have the tall tales to care about this, so. Okay. And we're not going to play anything else. We're pretty well set up to handle a Zed. We have a Frostbite for the next 2 turns, so if he opens with Zed here and we get to just Frostbite it, then he's not going to get to deal any damages. Oh, that was a pretty quick Yeti. The yearling shuffles him into your deck, and so to shuffle it right on top is much appreciated. You're good friend there, little Yeti. All right. Well, we should probably go ahead and get the guy down. We're going to be able to play our other Yeti next turn, and we're not going to find an opportunity to play the Icefell Archer. Oh, you were an okay draw on turn 1, right? I thought it was the beginning of the turn, not the end of the turn. It's been a while. It's been playing those magical spells for 2 months, and so you gotta get some of these back in the brain refresher. All right, the big decisions being made. I could tell it was going to be a good one. But we'll go left or right. If he wants to get the trade with the 2/2 lifelinker on the only unit it can trade with, then he won't gain any health this way. So I think we want to go left or right with these. That's the kind of standard attacking movement in an expedition. If you don't want to think about it, it's going to go little to bigs, left to right. Sure. Play it while we can. I'm not like really scared about a Zed anymore, but we can still succumb to the cold of Zed if he drops one. We didn't get to see any Ezreal in the old Riot X Arcane. It was hanging out in the PNZ lands, but Ezreal was nowhere to be found. And this is the problem with Succumb to the Cold. It's like I really want to be playing the Alpha Wildclaw and being on curve, but we can't do it because this dumb spell costs 7 mana or 4 mana, and then it adds a card to the board that is just never going to be relevant. And so this is what I'm talking about, to where Succumb to the Cold can be really awkward. Like if we had a full board here, you have the option to just like replace some units as you play them, but some of these summons like Tall Tales can get busted up because you have this stupid this stupid Frozen Thrall on the board. So hopefully we'll at least be able to come down and like trade these Succumb to the Colds away. But Possession. Okay. I guess you can stall this for a turn. So if we're just going to let him stall, I'm just going to go ahead and add the Alpha Wildclaw. I mean, if he has the Harrowing for the punish, then good job, guy. But I think this is safe. And then if he tries to get clever with like a Glimpse from Beyond to kill off our dude, like he needs to play his card now, so we may still get an attack out of this. Big EO doesn't grow, right? No. What? Why? Okay. I don't get it. Is there 0 mana that... There's not any 0 mana cards out of these factions, right? I'm thinking that, I mean, there's the Shurima card that draws champions, but I can't remember anything that costs 0 out of Ionia Shadow Isles. Yeah, I'm just not attacking this turn. I think that might have been to get some kind of like shutdown on our 5/5s, but the plan was just not to attack this turn. Okay, he gets a dude. We get our guy back. Just to get something to boost the Vigio? Sure. You have been shured, my man. So how do we feel about overriding like the Icefell Archer with the Icy Yeti this turn to try and set up an open next turn? I guess it depends on what he plays. Like if he plays the 3/3 that makes an ephemeral, then like by all means let's just shut down everything he has. Otherwise, maybe not. Don't really need to be like wasting cards at this point when we're already so far ahead. And Vigio has only seen one power of cards die. Okay. Okay. Happy enough to put some damage on him. If he gets a +1/+1 from another thing coming on board, we can still kill him with the Caught in the Cold. 5/5 Yeti doing its thing. Where's our champions at? 2 ticks on Ezreal, 4 on Ashe. All right, maybe we'll draw one before the game's over. maybe we could do that. More big decisions being made. How do we spend this 2 mana? Alright. Something cool. Flash freeze, not exactly as cool as I was hoping for, but you know, can't complain, I guess. Give us a good bit of interactivity. I don't think we can lethal through this though. Say we wanted to hook Vigio with a 3, we're coming in for 20. You can just nug 5 of it. I guess that would be lethal, but you'd have to have like no play here. We could also flash freeze the Lifeblade to keep him from gaining 2, but it's not relevant given the way the numbers stack up here. Alright, here comes the thunder. We already didn't play a card. I mean, if this is like a vengeance, then we can just win the game, right? We're dealing 15 this way. That's a lethal. Then if he tries to, he has to like vengeance down here on the left or something. You can flash freeze out of this one. In the vengeance? Cool. That's a 15. Say GG, my man. Got him. Okay. Good stuff. What do we got? We're just taking these Ezreals. Oh, cool. He's got a Abrosian Marksman with him. Funsmith, I mean, Funsmith can be okay. We don't have the combos with it, though, right? We don't have very many direct damage cards. But, I mean, we do have the likes of a Kempunk Shredder to use with it. We have some burn spells. We'll look to just probably trade it away, but very happy to pick up the Marksman. All right. Cool stuff happening. Cool stuff. You heard it here first. Is the stuff we're doing cool? Yes. Yes, it is. Got to get to playing through this Path of the Champions as well. I've played a bit of it. I'm probably just a few end of the Jinx thing, but might record the playthrough on those. I'm kind of thinking if I want to play it on stream this upcoming weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you all out there as well. You Americans that celebrate that kind of thing. You can watch a bunch of football and get mad at your family. Classic American holiday right there. But let's see, what are we doing with this one? I don't really like any of this. I think we just go for a full mulligan and just look for our dudes. I could see an argument for keeping iterative improvement just to like make sure you have something, right? So if we need to like copy our opponent's 2-drop, we can do it. But that was a pretty shit tier mulligan. not the best one could ask for. Really need to pick up a dude next turn. Right, if we were able to even just iterative improvement one of these Ruthless Raiders just to get it on board.
Destruction feeds my fire.
Okay. Don't think we care about that. Don't think. Gonna kill off like half his team next turn. Okay. I guess those are values. One way or another.
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
Sure.
Winter is the
I'll take one of those. We didn't get to draft one, so I guess I just got to take one.
ice runs in our veins.
What do we got? Den Mother's gonna be nice. We don't have anything for her right now, but I can tell it's gonna be juicy. Let's just get another Frostbite down. It's not gonna be that bad just passing with 2 mana at this point. Like we're gonna burn through 2 mana this turn. Do we want to Frostbite? I kind of like Frostbiting this Alpha Wild Claw. Let's get this Succumb to the Cold down. Drop his stats quite a bit. We got to play these Frostbites at some point, right? So let's at least wear it down. Maybe the turn 8 will be relevant for our Frozen Thrall.
Fills up my spine.
We got any 2s? We got a Troll Chant. I'm gonna be real greedy with this Den Mother and try and do as much as we can.
The Winter's Claw. If it's a fight they want.
All right, the blocks have been made. Sure. What do we have? We're making 5/5s with the Den Mother. I don't feel like we need too much more than that. It would be, I guess it would be nice to get a 6/6 out of this thing, but oh, we will get the 6/6 because of the Shaman now. Okay. I'm on it.
This'll take the chill off.
Sure. Okay, so I mean, attacking with the Rhyme Tusk Shaman feels a little greedy. Let's get these big boys in. If we play the stupid Succumb to the Cold, we're gonna lose one of our units. This is the dumbest card ever made. Give you a 2, give you a neg. We picked up a Mystic Shot. Well, I guess it's gonna be relevant here. Burning through a Tall Tales. Kind of sad, but can't get it down on this board anyways.
Send chills up my spine.
This is tough. It's like I kind of want to overwrite the Frozen Thrall, but we're not getting anything out of this board if we do. Same space here. If we played the Succumb to the Cold, we have to lose our Frozen Thrall. Really sucks.
The frost reveals all to me.
Yeah, give me my Ashe or my Ezreal. We've done it all. I don't think we even have any more 2-drops. We have a Shatter and a Caught in the Cold. We can try and just get rid of this Insightful Investigator.
Prove your worth.
Right, I got one of those too. So let's Brittle Steel to the right. We can Succumb to the Cold this Sejuani now. Well, no, we're not going to lose a unit. I'm okay with losing the Insightful Investigator, though. No, I'm not. I don't like that. I take it back. I take it back. We are wearing down their board, though. This Frozen Thrall is looking more and more like it's gonna come online. I was talking a lot of trash about it, but we might be getting the unit out of this. 3 away. I don't think the game's gonna end in that amount of time. There's a big boy. So yeah, our Frostbites here aren't very good. I mean, if we play the Icy Yeti. Okay. We just have to see if we can't get him with a with a Kempunk Shredder. Right, so we have to block everything. Like this block down here is good. This is safe onto the 3/3. We need to put 5 damage on Sejuani. And then let's just throw a block in front of the Den Mother as a just in case. Oh, cool. The Frozen Thrall just goes away. I thought it was going to go on our bench. That's odd in combat. And he's got a Flash Freeze. Okay. Little unfortunate. Okay. All right, well, we gotta slow this down now, I guess. Let's boost up our health. I mean, this is gonna be a struggle. Oh wow, but I mean, realistically, what it feels like this game has come down to is he drew a champion and we didn't. So, kind of is what it is. Sejuani just super took over this game, and we didn't draw any of our champions. Okay, good job. That feels like one of those is to where I describe it as if we get to play 100 games, I feel like we'll win about 75 of them, but that was one of those 25 we don't win. And I feel like our deck was just way better than what they were doing. But they drew a Sejuani and we didn't. Anywho, let's get this Insightful Investigator out of here. It's not strong in our deck. And then even in that game, I mean, it would have been nice to have a 2-drop at some point. So, I mean, we probably should have kept the iterative improvement in that game. Although we did get a much better target with it than anticipated in picking up the Frostbite Shaman. Okay, well, not keeping any of these. Good, I found our cheap bros. Where you at, cheap bros? Alright, much better. Yeah, Succumb to the Cold. Even as late as that game went, the Succumb to the Cold still didn't flip. I mean, we're getting really close. If we'd managed to like hang on to a Harsh Winds a little bit longer, maybe we would have gotten it down, but tough. I guess there could have been a Frostbite in there somewhere that we used and didn't need to, but I don't feel like we threw any of them away. Uh-oh, big boy time. Get Totes Magoats out of here. Let's get him removed. Archer's good attack now. And if we get a bank 3 on this turn, that's completely fine. We're going to start dropping the Yetis after this. Targon Shield, sure. Not a big deal at the end of the day. Alright, now let's start dropping big boys. What is this? We haven't even drawn a champion in this draft. Pretty sure we haven't drawn a champion. Oh, I was about to start hyping up how welcome he was to attack here, and then he has to start dropping this heat on us. This is completely fine. You can have a gem and some damages. Hi, big boy. I'm looking to Caught in the Cold the 5/4 this turn, and then we can do a Brittle Steel somewhere else if we need to. But hoping the Caught in the Cold for this turn is just enough. And then Iterative Improvement plays awkwardly with these 5/5s. It puts them as in your hand as expensive boys. Whereas we would, at this point anyways, we probably just want to be copying Den Mother. Getting a, with the singular Frostbite that it's pulled off. But that's probably where we'd want to drop our Iterative Improvement.
Tremble before the winter's claw.
This is free. Now both of our Yeti attacks are good now.
It's a fight they want.
Okay. Feels good, man. Feels good. Tarek feels a little worse. Was it going to do like Jim Tarek? We unfortunately don't have a kill on him. Gives himself tough.
Never submit.
So do we want to draw? I kind of. Oh shit! I forget it gives both of them tough. It's like I kind of want to shrink some health on these, but it's just too bad this turn. I'm looking at just playing the Den Mother. We can block with like the little Yeti to prevent some damage. I don't think it's going to do anything from this point forward, but these blocks are kind of crappy. Right, you're big. You're big, enraged Yeti. You've been jumping straight to the top of the deck. These Yeti yearlings shuffle them in, but that's the second time in a row we've just drawn it straight off the top. It was 6/6. Shit's annoying, bro. I mean, we're at lethal now. He has to block something else. Feels like he's gonna have like another Targon shield, but we're getting big old chunks of damage in. Spoils is okay. Now, depending on how clever he gets next turn, we can we can look to just brittle steel his Arbiter. But this is where this is a serious problem in that if we want to say copy the Denfang Mother, we can't get our token on board because the stupid Frozen Thrall's on the board. Really don't like this card in Succumb to the Cold. Okay. As long as we just don't die here, we're going to be fine. How much has he got? 18 on board? We're pretty close to an Ezreal kill.
Pillage and burn.
To protect all. Unyielding.
Alright, what's the legacy do?
I am
It's coming in for 8 with that guy?
the mountain.
Don't feel like I care. We have to block though. We'll throw our smallest dude down, fall to 2. So if he has a combat trick, we're gonna die. It would have to be a Fury of the North, right? That's Targon doesn't have any plus attack combat tricks, and then Fury of the North would be the only one. He does have 4 mana for the Fury, but I'm just gonna. Do we have to risk it? I mean, what happens if we block with the 5/5? Add Ezreal. He blocks all 3 of our guys. He can put the Arbiter in front of our non-trample bro. Okay, let's risk it. He has to just make this attack every time anyways. And this will like help us get around if he has a frostbite. Okay, could not care less about that. Flash freeze, flash freeze. Get that flipped Ezreal. Check me out. Squad. And we're gonna have 2 damage off of this flash freeze as well. Oof. So he's gotta have 2 cards here. We're still just lethal this way. Nailed it.
I wasn't strong enough.
Get this Mystic Shot down. Boop. Booped him. Alright, alright. Right down to the edge. Good job, Gaz. Nice win, squad. We did it. I knew we had it all along. Preach it, Ezreal. Preach it. Alright, what can we do here? There is a Rhyme Tusk Shaman. I'm kind of interested in it, but it's like our early game is so bad, I don't really want to be giving up an early play in this iterative improvement. I think we can let that go. We tend to be able to pick these up later. Don't think I want to pick up a 3rd Yeti. Again, the Marksman lets us level our Ezreal. like the cards I'm looking to get out of here, right? Icy Yeti, you can stay or go. I'd prefer you go. Chempunk Shredder can go. Suit Up can go. Come Go the Colds can go. Funsmith and Static Shocks can go. And then Shatter can go. Otherwise, I'm happy with these cards kind of up here at the top. Our cheap stuff looks decent. It's just not letting us trade them away. But yeah, I think we want to skip over this trade. All right. All right, man. I just had to go get a fresh water, and house smells so bad. I fucked up. Like, I had, well, number one, I thought it would be fun, right? The fun dinner ideas was a spam grilled cheese. I don't know. It's like we watched some Anthony Bourdain show, and they're talking all about spam, and so I was like, well, fuck it, let's try to make one of these spam grilled cheeses. That sounds like something people would enjoy. Number one, that was trash. Tasted awful. I didn't get like sick, but it feels like you've just like poured like half a shaker of salt into your gut, and it just didn't sit well with me. And then, like, thing number two, like our stovetop, one of the burners apparently gets really hot. I had it turned on kind of like medium, but it was just like roaring hot, and so it was like we burnt a bunch of shit in it, and so completely filled up the house with like spam burning oil smoke. It's lingered. It smells awful. I went to the gym this morning, and my clothes just reeked of like burnt spam and burnt oil. Is real delight. So if you're wanting like the real tip for the day, go do that. Like, especially if you live in an apartment, like go and burn some spam in your in your stuff. Just share it with everyone in your building. It's not a bad thing to be doing. But all right, back to the action though. Against this Twisted Fate Lee Sin, I mean, I'd like to get something going. I mean, just don't. Like, we at least got a target here. If we attack and have to like suit up our thing, fine. All right, we got at least got a tick up for all of our cards. Oh, he's doing stuff, huh? Doing stuff? Nah, man. Nah, we're going big boy style. We can get more 4/4s down next turn. Oh, Claws of the Dragon. Alright, he's got him. I was trying to get, again, that goose egg that I had out here. I was like, I started with a Fist of the Dragon Lee Sin. I dodged Bilgewater like this guy didn't do. I went out and I tried to dodge Demacia as well, just so we could get all of the Lee Sin packs. And it didn't work out. it was fairly sad.
All the world on one arrow.
Nonetheless, here we can add this Ashe because our Ancient Yeti is going to shrink again next turn. We should get a big ol' attack between being able to shrink their biggest with Ashe and then get a Frostbite on a different unit. I think we're good. Sure. Played all the cards. Twisted Fate's at 2, Lee Sin's at 3 of 8. Okay. Big boy. I'm bringing it, man. I'm bringing it. Would we even care to just like trade Ashe for Twisted Fate? Whoa, and he's throwing away his little guy? Interesting. Okay. Feels like a very positive turn for us. They didn't really do anything. We got in some damage. Got a guy off the board. I like it. Ready to come in and heal my Ashe with this Kindly Tavern Keeper. Unfortunate playing against the deck that's got all of these double troubles and wanted posters and stuff, and we can't kill anything with the Static Shock. Kind of suck. See if we can't get him to spend some mana before we drop the Tall Tales. Well, he spent some mana. That happened. So we can still attack with Ashe, though. She's even going to flip here. Right? We want to Caught in the Cold the Yeti. That's where we want our challenger to go. Ashe would have one attack. If we want to flip her here. I think that's fine. Like, he's not gonna... If he has, like, a way to kill her and we still just get a crystal arrow out of her, then that's cool. I'm on board. They can't have a trick, like, if they have a... like a +3... a 3-0, whatever that thing's called, the 2 mana 3-0 or 0-3. Take her down, but I think it's pretty safe. This is probably as good as a shatter as we'll ever get. Play it all. Alright, I dig. I remember thinking this guy had elusive. It does not. Abyssal Guard does not have elusive. Weird sequencing, but okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one, right? Frostbite an enemy, then everything else gets an egg. This is the one that he potentially grow out of it, though. Got him.
Now begins a new era of peace.
Nothing better than getting them. Where we got? Ezreal? What a weird-ass Ezreal pack, but I'm on board with it with the Hearthguard and a second Harsh Winds. Looks good to me. Harsh Winds not nearly as powerful as it used to be. Like a set or two ago, it would have been a real premier level spell. I don't know if it's just because Freylord has kind of fallen by the wayside a bit, or if it's just not as good as it used to be. The power crept on a little bit, but I used to be like really excited to have 3 Harsh Winds in pretty much every Freylord deck. Maybe it was because there's just a lot more of just like slamming big boys into each other and not dealing with super horny here playing a bunch of darknesses, but this is tough. We have to get rid of Tall Tales. I think we're okay to hang on to Ashe, although she's not super strong against darkness, right? It's very easy for them to get a 3 damage darkness and just take her down. And then it's like I am kind of looking at keeping the Hearthguard and the Static Shock because they combo together pretty well. We don't have that much good early game. Let's just get rid of the Static Shock.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon. As I look right fierce.
Goodness. Do your aggro things. Such power creep. Years ago, this burgeoning sentinel would have been a 1/1. Oh, he's got the fearsome draw on us. Alright. So can we just drop Ezreal here? It sucks a lot if he gets popped, but the marksman's just not doing anything. We could technically just make a 4/4 Ezreal. Comes down to it. Kind of like the idea of having access to this 4/4 Ezreal. Vhagar's going to grow the darkness next turn so it could just try and kill him. But, I mean, we can try and just suit up out of whatever he tries to kill.
My arrow? I think not.
I'll dig it. Right, Vhagar takes us up to 3. He's going to try and darkness one of our champions, and we protect it with suit up. So now I think he's out of range of another darkness, right? If he wants to play like a 3 damage bro, he's going to be a little short. Wouldn't have the spell for it. Oh, there is a 2 damage, 2 cost one. Okay.
They've got a ghost of a chance.
Such aggression. You just make the darkness, right? You don't do anything else scary. Create one in hand. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dark.
The world's a big place.
Alright, so we should at least get the attack in with Ezreal. Morph. It's annoying.
Swiftly now.
That is annoying, I tell you. We're making some of this magic happen, though. God, we've only done 1 frostbite this game. It's insane. Alright, well, we're going to lose Ashe. No getting around that. I thought the mini-morph was permanent as well. I thought that was just a one-turn thing. Annoying. Going for our big boys, huh? We could flip the Ashe, but this is looking pretty bad. This is the other problem with Freylord, in that.
Show me a target.
Well, hang on. Could we just win the game here? If we mean, we could make his dudes not block, right? So let's say we brittle steel here. Ashe flips.
I'll lead us
She attacks. Gets to frostbite down Vhagar. And he can't block unless he's got a removal for Ashe. He can certainly do it. He can have another mini-morph or something, but this is probably our last chance at getting a lethal. We're at 11. Okay. Boom. Oof. Yeah, this is ultimately the problem with Freylord, in that frostbites don't do anything, right? They help you not lose combats, but you know, they don't kill a unit, or they don't help you win a combat. They just help you not lose it. So that's ultimately one of the big problems with Freylord. What do we got here? Oh, get rid of the Succumb to the Cold. I don't even care what these other cards are. I don't think we want to make these swaps anyways. Funsmith I don't really want, but yeah, definitely happy to get rid of Succumb to the Cold. Iterative Improvement's fine to keep. Okay. We haven't drawn a Starlit Seer this draft. Well, I guess because that's our first one. Isn't that what we just went and turned premium? Did I mess that up? Was Starlit Seer, or was that a previous one? I can't remember. I wouldn't put it past me to turn premium a card that we don't have in our deck. Huh, I don't remember. All right, win number 4 in the books. Managed to take down Super Horny. Feeling good about it. Feeling good. We only got to 4 wins in our previous video, getting slammed by the Poro bot. So maybe that's what will happen again here. The timer's dragging down. We got to face the Poro bot. There we go. Here comes the opponent. Alright, what do we got? Some kind of Bandle City number. With a bunch of LeBlancs and a Riven. Okay. Hang on to the Tavern Keeper and look for other cheap plays. Maybe the Marksman will kill something here. My man. My man, after my heart. Love me a Legion Rearguard. It's going to do some work this game. Good chance we don't draw 2. I was hoping we drew Succumb to the Cold. Said no one ever. That's not bad. If he's not doing a heavy curve on us, then I don't care that much. Maybe he'll play a the 5/1 that puts the Guile in your hand. That would be pretty dope. Also works with Ezreal. It's just so tough to get the like the stun spider deck together when you're trying to play Ezreal. Not as many stun spiders running around as there are frostbite cards. All right, let's see if we can ruin this guy's day. Got a trick. Day ruined. Dang. Okay. Tried to ruin his day. Unsuccessful. I think we got to go for the Ezreal. It should be tough for them to interact with him. I mean, they can play the elusive 2-drop or something, but we should be able to get these attacks in.
Is it really so obvious?
Can't stop me.
Alright, my man, do your thing. Makes the sad face. The Vigio sad face coming in. It's going to be making more sad faces if we get to Avrosian Marksman as 5/1. Will the faces be sad? Are you going to drop a dude? Drop a lady, apparently. Sure. More sad faces.
To serve the greater good.
And do we ever just try and trade off Ezreal here? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the play I was looking at was to just slam the Marksman in front of Riven. And then we could try and Mystic Shot her down. I think that's fine. Take 6, fall to 11, and then if he tries to do weird shit, then we can alter course. Doing weird shit.
Cold isn't the only danger.
And how do we feel about still taking 6, but next turn we could open with Ezreal and then Devil Mystic Shot Riven. Or the other thing we could look to do, perhaps, is just Frostbite Riven here in the future. Right, so maybe we just take her down to 2 health and then pop her with a Icy Yeti on our next turn when we have 7 mana.
Speed things up a little.
I think I like that. So we get a big bank here. We get to kind of negate his Guile. Yeah, I dig it.
All skill.
Still get Ezreal in. Shouldn't have interactive cards.
I will not fall. Not now, not ever.
Still just want to target Riven. Gonna add the Hearthguard here.
Firing.
And then next turn, We're hoping he kind of plays some cards first, and then we get to pop stuff with the Yeti.
War Mother will unite us all.
Okay, I dig it. And we're also getting real close to flipping this Ezreal. So it's kind of worrisome in that, we have a copy in our hand. Don't really want to use it if we don't have to. But seems okay. Sucks we're down like the frostbite in hand, but I don't think we can be like ultra greedy mode where we mystic shot something and then follow up with the Yeti. That's just way too greedy.
Fly to them on broken wings.
After the Trifarian. Is he still going to Riven Sword us? Maybe we should have Mystic Shotted the Riven before he had the chance to get the sword. What's he do? Does it mean he put the sword on the 2/6? That's manageable. He did us for 6 and take us to 5. Puts it on Riven.
The time for talk is over.
Okay. More cards. Oh, Jesus.
Strength to overcome.
There's a lot coming at us. More cards. Jesus, fuck.
Battle-tested time.
Alright, well, if we can survive this, we'll be okay.
This is our homeland.
Neg 2. I think that's our only shot. But we can block with Ezreal and go to
No sweat.
go to 1. Okay. Dude's dropping them emotes like crazy. So what are we doing here? We can Fun Smith and Static Shock. That's a big chunk of damage. If we want to do the full package, though, the Fun Smith, the Static Shock, and the Ezreal will be 1 mana short. So that's not where we can go. But next turn will be like somewhat okay, and then we can Frostbite the Riven. Not excited to see this card draw coming down.
That's why you always
No.
carry another pair of goggles.
Nice work, yeah. Okay. So maybe we should have played that turn a little different. It's like we didn't have a lot of options in our hand. Like adding a Funsmith to the board doesn't do anything. Maybe we should have gone for the Mystic Shot play, just knowing that they're going to be like really intent on trying to play the Riven Sword. So I think kind of the 2 mistakes we did there. We should have probably just popped Riven right from the start with the Mystic Shot, because you can't respond to the sword coming down. I was thinking that she had to like see you play the sword. I forgot that it was when the sword comes to hand, and so that was not good. And then we would have had time, right? If the way that they're gonna get us that turn is with a Riven Sword, then we would have had time to at least Mystic Shot something and then play the Yeti after the sword. Yeah, I think our sequencing was pretty bad there. I think we should have won that game. Or if not won it, we would have certainly had a pretty big like shutdown on their power spike. And then we would have been dropping kind of like the Funsmith and probably still had our Ezreal. I think that's it. I think we should have Mystic Shot something and then played the Yeti after, because even that would have like put it to where he could put like the sword on the 2/6. The 2/6 might have still been enough to really get a big beatdown on us, but not that scary. Yeah, I think I like that. I think if instead of playing the Yeti, we should have just Mystic Shot the Trifarian, let them get the Riven Sword in hand after that, and then we get to Frostbite the team after he plays the Riven Sword. But nonetheless, we have a pretty good trade. We get this dumb Succumb to the Cold out of our deck, pick up the Rhyme Tusk Shaman we were looking for. Easy peasy, and the trade's looking good. On to the next one. Let's see if we can't get a win and wash away the stink of burnt spam and the match there. It was the stink. It was a fun match, but made a little boo-boo. It's going to take me a while to get back into form after playing the magical spells for the past couple of months. The memories are coming back, though. At least in the 2 months I was gone, the expeditions literally didn't change. Did not change, and so I'm kind of hoping that when the next expansion comes out, the new cards come out with like the next patch, right? We should be coming up on a spoiler week here soon, and then next week have the or 2 weeks from now have the new patch come out with the new cards and stuff. And then hopefully Expedition will get updated with the new patch. But here, it's tempting to hang on to Tall Tales because we have such an easy time not spending our mana. Against Lysandra Zillion, they're going to be pretty slow. I think this is okay. Like, we're just going to bank into turn 3, and then on turn 4, we can play Ancient Yeti and Tall Tales. I dig it. Treat, you got it. Draw them zillions. I got a champion too. I drew my champion. I forgot what that felt like. No blocks. So yeah, let's get all these stats on the board. Who needs a Mystic Shot? What you doing, my dude? Playing the 3 factions out here. It's kind of fucked up. What's this even do? Obliterate it? Summon a frozen tomb in its place. Okay. So how long do we have to wait to get it back? Like next turn? 2 turns? Okay, whatever. That has elicited an alright whatever from me. Then we won't play the Mystic Shot. We're not in any kind of rush here. All the Ezreals.
Hear that? Gotcha.
Got him.
I will unite the Freljord.
You failed in your last life, and you will fail in this one.
Can see the Demacian border from here.
I am inevitable.
So this all seems ultra greedy to me.
Leave the target.
You can take 2. We're not in a hurry in those terms. That happened. Now we could try and Tall Tales again. Now that we've got our Yeti back. He has another Entomb that's pretty suck, but if this resolves, we just have such a powerful board. And even if he entombs, like, that's the entirety of his turn. Brittle Steel to Ashe, okay. And Lysandra Entomb. Alright, so what do we get? 1 on top of our deck? It's kind of suck, but just not doing anything. I'm going to get the attack in with Ashe. We can get these bonus frostbites.
Stop bragging if you could back it up.
gotta hurt. Give me some of them targets. Not bad. So we're going to draw the Enraged Yeti. It's just awkward that we can't play it again. Right, well, we can play this. I would rather just play the 7-drop Yeti, I should say. We'll have to see what they do, but not really worried about the Frostbites. Although, I mean, it does help us level up our Ashe. If we can pop 2 units with the Yeti, we can flip Ashe next turn. Got a Yeti of his own. Well, it's a bit awkward. Got it. All right, we get our Yeti back yet again. Yeti again, if you will. Where do we stand in terms of these Frostbites? If we want to say Rhinefang Wolf, the Lysandra, I think I'd rather just go for the Rhinefang Wolf play as opposed to the Yeti. Right, it just sucks so much for them on this turn now. If they want to play, you know, like a 6-drop dude, it's just going to die. His blocks with Lysandra are horrifically bad. I dig it. I love making things horrifically bad for our opponents. that's the key to success. Blighted Ravine. Okay. You know, we're just lethal, right? Am I right or am I wrong? 15, 16. All the gain lives cost 5, right? I guess they could play the Tavern Keeper. Tavern Keeper costs 3. So I would like to do these Mystic Shots in combat if we can, but he's going to have to play a card for that. I guess there's a world if he has like a flash freeze on a 5. It's so much damage prevented. He's up to 9 now? Okay. I guess we can't lethal that. We're going to lose Ezreal, but we have an Ezreal in hand. Got a bit more heal as well. Okay. We can double Mystic Shot to get out of this. Right, that would take our Ezreal up to a 3. Doesn't seem super worth. I think we should be able to lethal next turn. It's kind of scary. I guess he can like count down his Frozen Thrall and get a blocker on board, but it's like we're just so close to getting this flipped Ashe going. Three Sisters. What? You get a Frostbite, a +3/+4, or an Entomb? Is he going to try and like Entomb our Ashe? Like why is he playing Three Sisters now instead of next turn is kind of my big question. I say. So we're not going to get open kills next turn, so we're going to need to drop Ezreal as well. But he'll get to flip before he attacks, then we should have some some spells coming in. Ooh, Salt Spire. Exactly why I don't like this card. Or cards like it. Just actual do nothing when he needs it most. You know, this Lost is Entomb. I don't think that turn went exactly how opponent planned.
True display of skill.
I mean, I'd say he's probably got to come in with a countdown here. With the Howling Abyss. I think he's just given up on it. Okay.
They don't know what they're up against.
Yeah, Ezreal flips. Alright. GG, my man. GG. We did it. The game has been won.
And Ezreal
Ezreal
is victorious.
is victorious. Oh, right. What are we doing with this one? I don't really want to be trading away Ruthless Raiders. That's where we've been like struggling, right? Is just having something to do at the beginning of the game. So I'm not really amped about that. I'd rather keep our Troll Chant. It's like our only 2-for-1 combat trick. And then don't want Death Rays. So we'll go ahead and skip over this one, I think. Feels kind of blasphemous to be just to be passing on Mystic Shots. But, I mean, if it offered up like Alpha Wild Claw or Shredder or Suit Up or one of these expensives, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But really need to hang on to our early plays here. So we'll keep. Okay, pre-final battle 1.0. Let's see if we can take it down. Serenity. Serenity now. It's time. It's time for Festivus. It's the Festivus season. But here, we can hang on to this. Let's get rid of Brittle Steel as well. Just look for more dudes. The Yeti Earlings don't quite do enough on their own, and then we only have the one copy of Tall Tales, and so we don't have too many Yeti combos. Gotta get them down and trade them quick or something. But our ancient Yetis have been showing up on point. They know they know what life's about. It's getting reduced in cost ASAP. Zed and Nivea. I'm just gonna open. I want to get in the point of damage. Too easy for them to play a random 2/3 or just literally every unit in the game would shut down our attacks. But if he doesn't have anything and we miss out on a point of damage, not like we missed out on a ton.
Carrots can fly, Red.
Okay.
Incoming Greenglade duo. Is that what you're gonna do to us?
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Quietly.
All the elusives. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. We'll let the damage come in, and then I'm going to just heal it after the fact. We can play the Grindfang Wolf next turn to try and take down the Greenglade duo. See if we can't get them to spend some mana before we do so. It's like I just don't think we're ever gonna get like an open, right? We're not, or I guess we're gonna be in the same boat either way. Caught in the Cold's kind of interesting though. Let us switch to just hooking Young Witch with our challenger and then Caught in the Colding the Greenglade duo. I dig. Seems like he certainly has a combat trick here. So right, he's got his twin disciplines, or he's got a homecoming or something. None of which I really care about. As long as he doesn't get to add a unit to the board, then it feels like a big win for us. Greenglade duo is just like such a pain in the dick for Freylord to have to deal with. It's like you just have to frostbite it all the time. Whoa, that's positive.
The Yordle here's with me.
Okay. Wow. Like, we're, like, really well positioned to just deal with a Zed. So that feels good. My unit's bigger than yours. let's measure up, I guess.
They'll never see us coming.
right. Let's be mean to this board. I'm pretty tempted to just like shatter this Greenglade duo. It's going to amount to the same thing, right? If he has a combat trick, he has a trick, but it lets us save the Brittle Steel for next turn. Like, our board is just, like, overwhelming here. I'm not real sure what they're doing. Like, he boosted something in hand. He could now play it, I guess, but don't think I care about that. Playing for value, huh? Interesting. I mean, the only scary thing he has is elusives. Harsh Winds is a-okay. Probably should have thought that one out before you threw down the blocks. This would just read into me as him having a Brittle Steel, right? If he's gonna come out and just drop this damage onto our Wild Claw. Interesting. He boosted something in hand that wasn't Zed. Huh. I tell you. Wild Claw of his own. Okay, we can deal with that. He's only got like the 1 mana. The only thing we would have to worry about from hand would be like a rush. Still reeks of him having a Brittle Steel, but I think that's kind of his angle, is to be putting Brittle Steel onto our Wolf not winning this turn and then winning next turn. We can do this. Only fall to 2. We're still going to get blown up by this Wild Claw next turn. I guess will have to be okay, though. And then we're just going to need to draw another Frostbite.
Fight or die.
So far, have not done that.
How about another round?
This one's trouble.
Says lethal. That's the way you do it, right? Says lethal. Ooh. With this block, it's taking his Wild Claw to 3 health. I feel like he's going to have another card, but this actually looks pretty good for us. I'd love to be in this space to where we could just win with a Mystic Shot. And he's going to leave the Yeti Yearling on the board so we can Tall Tales. Ooh, that'd be choice. Oh, that's bad. Okay. That's bad. It's like I'm really tempted to try and just save our Yeti so we could play Tall Tales, but then we just died to quite a bit. I think we just died to everything here. Oh man, that was a pretty good barrier lifesteal.
A little adjustment for a lot of pow.
Alright, Harsh Winds, save the day. That's not it. Alright, GG, my man. Okay, what can we do here? Still want to hang on to the marksman. The Funsmith can go. Like, I concede that Static Shock's not that good, but we just don't have the density of damage cards we need for Funsmith to ever be any good. So I think it's an acceptable trade. Dang. Static Shock, of course, not that great, but it does Ezreal things. Funsmith's one of those cards I want to get like early, right? We get it in like pick 4, and then you can just place a big value on Chempunk Shredders, and you can put a big value on all the kind of turdy AoEs and damage cards. Just not nearly as good when you end up with it late. But all right, we got the same draw again, where we can play Ancient Yeti plus Tall Tales on turn 4. That seems like to be one of the more powerful things our deck can do. So let's stick with it. Ezreal wasn't a great draw. He's a little too dirtly for the things we're trying to do. It's a little more powerful to drop the Ancient Yetis. No rush 15? No cards till turn 3? You're lame, dude. What a lame-o. Trying to be cool out here. Alright, pass.
Whatever the journey brings, I welcome it.
Not that bad. He didn't drop like the 5-2 on us. If he dropped a 5 power guy, that would have been pretty bad. If he just got to open on us for 7, open for 5 is not nearly as bad. Interesting, do nothing. Alright, here come the Yetis, my man.
Unyielding light.
And we're fine to just send it back. I don't feel like there's a lot of reason to just slam these Yetis into a 3-6. Really? Is that how we feel? Is that a drop on a slow? Not sure what that would be. But yeah, I mean, we've got this Rhyme Tusk Shaman, and we have like some self-protection for this stuff, and like the suit up and the frostbites. I think like the game plan here is just to stall. We should have a better late game than them, I think, and at least once we get the Shaman down, our attacks just get so much better. They tend to have a few problems dealing with the Shaman, since the Freylord Targon Noxus isn't really known for having direct removal spells. You can have like a Sunburst, but not too many ways to answer a Shaman. Okay. Ravoon. Does he ever attack with this? Oh, he's a 5-6? What the fuck? Ravoon, Ravoon got an upgrade since I've been gone? Alright. We could have waited on the Shaman, but it still seems fine. He's like most certainly attacking with Ravoon, right? I guess there's a world where he doesn't. I'd happily enough take him down to 5-3. You're tapped out, bro.
Let's talk about your dad.
Okay. Not playing Darius, right? Oh, he's playing Darius. I guess we do have some answers to Darius, and he's not that scary, but I don't quite get that attack. Nothing to think about, bro. There's no cards to play here. Just push the button. Just push the button. One of life's many great lessons. Alright. Alright, squad, it's our turn.
The frost reveals all to me.
Combos. Got combos, bro. This is gonna be something lame, I can already tell. Is this the Sunburst? Oh, Zenith Blade. Okay. That's manageable. So it makes some of our attacks worse. I feel like we probably want to bank into next turn if we're going to be looking to play things like Harsh Winds. This is fine.
You cannot sway me.
That seems like a very big positive. Wow. Definitely got bored here.
Ice runs in our veins. Daylight warms the heart and lights the way.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Here he is, Ezreal. Lighted Ravine. It's not the coolest thing I've ever seen. What's it even kill? It's going to kill our wolf, which is the big problem. We'll protect that. So we're going to lose an Ancient Yeti and a Tavern Keeper. Do we want to just go ahead and replace one of them to put the point of damage on the Starlit Seer? I think that's okay. Sure. Are you out of Zenith Blades yet? Used to be. So we should never need to Harsh Winds here, right? We can throw the Icy Yeti down. Still have a board full of big boys. We can still Mystic Shot with our Ezreal. I think this is good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is going to be a big one though, isn't it? Can't play Reckoning. Meteor Shower. Okay. Seems as a portion of that did not go well. Better make a lot of emotes after that.
Back, heretic.
Okay. No Ezreal targets though. haven't targeted anything for Ezreal this game. Sure. You can have the gems. Don't quite understand that one. But I'm ready to get punished by whatever's coming out of the gems. Darius, okay. We got the Harsh Winds. I'm gonna wait to show off the marksman. Oh, this was the line. The Darius was here. Gotcha. And the concession. I guess that should have made sense. That makes sense in hindsight. It was like I saw the Darius earlier. It was like I knew we fell to 10, and I was kind of like, it's a little sketch against the Darius, but they're only playing one copy, so the chances of drawing him are pretty low. Okay, let's get prepared for final battle. Not trading away Ezreal. Don't want to trade away our Ancient Yetis either. Could see trading away a Brittle Steel, but not really interested in Ursine Spirit Walkers. All of our big boys already have Overwhelm. For the most part. Well, I guess not for the most part. We have some ways to generate Enraged Yetis, but I don't think we want any of that. Here, I could see picking up a Rhinefang Wolf. We just have the singular Tall Tales. Like a lot of these, you will pick up multiple Tall Tales as the draft goes on. didn't happen here today. I think the wolf is fine. Onto this one. We'll keep our tall tales, though. Yet a yearling for 3 sisters. I don't think we want. Having access to Entomb is nice, but I want to keep our early play. Then we have the 1 Rhyme Tusk Shaman. I don't want multiple copies. Don't want Funsmith. And we'll hang on to Troll Chant. Okay. Alright, who's ready for this final battle? I'm ready. Maybe some cool shit will happen in this one. That's all anyone can ask for. Did we play this guy earlier? I don't remember the name. I just know we played against Vigio Zed earlier. I think. Did we? Was it in this one? I think so. Anywho. Reasonable enough start. Just get that full bank into the 3rd turn.
Bring me tea to gain the strength of rivers.
Okay. And at least one of the positives here is we're on the odd attack, so he can't just blow us up with a Zed and open attack.
They picked the wrong row.
Okay.
Catch me if you can.
Take it. I'm just gonna do the full bank up to 3, and then drop Ezreal next turn.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Should be pretty tough for this style of deck to deal with. They don't have too much in the ways of combat tricks. Dropping an elusive is kind of whatever. It's kind of interesting with the conspirator. He's not a horrible target for iterative improvement if we want to start getting chains going with the Icevale archers and iterative improvements. I kind of like it. Okay, we'll take 1 here, right? So we can play the. Here, we'll take the 1. We can play the iterative improvement on his elusive. Just getting all the ways to level up this Ezreal. Just go ahead and pick up the Icevale archer. Now we can Icevale archer his conspirator, and we'll have good attacks next turn. It's going to get us halfway to leveling up Ezreal. Opponent's saying, "Oh shit, Bust, you doing all the coolest stuff. you stuff is way cooler than my stuff."
A chill in the air. With 1 sprint for each crab.
All right, he's gonna have a combat trick here, but we got tricks to get out of it. Seems like he's playing slow to hit us with the Twin Disciplines. Not even that? Cool. Then the question becomes, do we want to switch a bit into the Yeti's plan, right? We can bank up to 3. Next turn we can do the thing where we play the Ancient for 4, the Tall Tales for 3, and then still have mana to Brittle Steel. I think I like that. As opposed to just playing the Kindly Tavern Keeper now. We're just missing out on 1 mana.
Everything's better with company.
Okay, I dig it. Might have to slow it down a turn now. Still a pretty good board to be slowing it down. Okay.
Never see us coming.
Don't want any trouble.
And Ezreal's 1 away from flipping. You about to do your thing, my man. You about to do it. Seems like another turn. I'm surprised they didn't play Twin Disciplines last turn, but it seems like that's what they're kind of itching to do over here. Recall is absolutely fine. Not exactly sure what his angle is with the recall. Sit around and make a bunch of value out of this this inspired mentor, or make a bunch of ephemerals. Couldn't care less either way. I guess he does make it so he can like block Ezreal again. I mean, that doesn't feel like it's really enough. See if he drops a deny on us. I'm completely fine if he denies the tall tales. He can't add anything else to the board this turn. I guess he could look to, I can say, play a removal on our Yeti, which is always annoying. But I still like how this is looking. We'll have the 1 mana Yeti next turn. We can add a Rhinefang Wolf. We have a Flash Freeze. We have the mana to do it all. Looks good to me. Ooh, and he doesn't have any units in hand, right? There wasn't an animation that just came off of the that just came off of the Inspired Mentor. Their hatchling's kind of annoying. It's going to shut us down for the turn. But we can at least go ahead and kill it off. Don't want that dum-dum hanging out, doing recall things or any of those shenanigans. Let's just go ahead and get rid of it. But right, he definitely just drew it this turn. It didn't have the +1 bonus. I'm like 99% sure the Inspired Mentor didn't animate onto a unit. So I think he just drew it. So if we are up just against a hand of like Combat Tricks, it feels incredibly good. Some Vigio. We can take hits from Vigio. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I just missed the animation. Okay. Whatever.
The dark beckons.
I'll show you how it's done.
I will find her.
So I don't want to take like all of this. So, I mean, let's just take the blocks out here to do the damage prevention. I think I'm a little more interested in
You call that
starting to lose off our Navori Conspirator. Okay.
leave your back to the door?
Alright, so we can't lethal this turn or anything cool like that, but how do we feel about coming in and just either... We have the choice, do we want to let the Conspirator block Ezreal, or do we want to take down Vigio? I think we just want to take down Vigio. He's going to get the bad block onto Ezreal, which is fine. Get the big boys coming in, Vigio down here, and then we can Harsh Winds him down.
Don't want any trouble.
Is he going to gain health because we're going to kill a unit? Did I mess that up? First time an ally dies. We messed that up, didn't we? Fuck. Right, his Vigio is not going to be dead. And he's going to be flipped. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A little whoopsies from Bust. We should have definitely put the Rhinefang Wolf over on the left. Oops. I don't have the oops emote, but definitely should have killed off that Vigio with him on the left. You gotta give me a few more days to get back in the flow of things. How bad is this? Might not be dead. We would certainly be winning if we killed off Vigio. I'm ultimately just worried about whenever he gets to when he gets to flip next turn and then he gets to just steal our Ezreal. We're fairly fucked. And so, oh, interesting. I'm surprised he's taking him down. We might get out of this. Not against Life Scorcher. But let's see. Let's not give up. Can't attack with Vigio though. He's just gonna die. Do I know? Can do this. It's gonna be up to something here, but all right. Interesting. Why would he just give up Vigio like this? You fool me once with the bad ordering, fine. Fool me twice, I don't think so. Huh. Mystic shot. Alright, let's see. If he doesn't have a unit, we'll lethal. And he's flipped. Fine. That one's on us. I at least feel our strategies were good today. And then the two that we lost were on me. We should have most definitely won that game. If we just, again, attacked with Vigio down to or hooked the Vigio to the left, he would have died to the Rhymefang Wolf. And then we could have taken that one down. But nonetheless, we can get this deck pulled up here real quick. Again, as we mentioned in the draft, the way to go with this deck to try and really achieve the 7 winner is to go for that Ashe build. It's such a supremely powerful thing to be playing Enraged Yetis to the top of your deck and then boosting them with Avrosian Hearthguards. Just the Hearthguard is still just such a supremely powerful unit. It just gives you so many stats and so much overwhelm. That was actually one of the last round of nerfs that Riot did, was to pull Hearthguard out of some of the pools. It's not the Hearthguard, the Outriders, right? We have a Hearthguard, but the Outriders are the one that I'm talking about. Just plays incredibly strongly with the Yetis package. It plays well with all of the big boys. It is the kind of premier thing that you can be doing with Freylord. But as we talked about, we wanted to build around Ezreal, and we really kind of achieved it in the best way that we could. You could even see with that, though, kind of the problem with Ezreal and Expedition is we got him to flip like once or twice, but even as trying to be a full Ezreal build around, we still weren't able to take huge advantage of him. But this is the way you have to do it. You have to be searching for multi-targets. And so that would be the likes of your Static Shocks in PNZ, the Harsh Winds in Freylord. That would be Make It Rain out of Bilgewater. And so you have ways to, use a single card to get 2 or 3 ticks up on him. And then you're looking for units that can target. And so that would be here. We like this in Freylord because you have Icevale Archer and Avrosian Marksman. And then you also have the double target in Harsh Winds. Like, Freylord has the highest density of things that you can do. But you can also say, look towards Noxus. You could try to play Stun Spider. You can try to play the 5/1 for 3 that generates Guiles. You have a few ways to do it out of there. I just typically don't like Noxus because it's pretty hard to pull it off with Whirling Deaths. And I think at this point, I can't remember what they did to the Riven Arachnophilia. Feels like they probably just took Stun Spider out. I feel like Stun Spider only lives in Disruption Darius, but I'm going to have to get refreshed on the Expedition Helper as well. I'll try to get that back up for us here in the next few days. No guarantees on when that's going to come out, but I'll get that back up on the site and try to pull the tier list back up, I guess. I didn't suspect that I was going to be using those anytime soon, but I just like really got the itch to come back to Runeterra after a fairly miserable 3 weeks or so of Magic, and I took it down prematurely, I guess. But I also like I hadn't kept up with it, and I felt bad if the information was old. Right, I'd been like moderately keeping up with what was happening with Runeterra, and it's been like the 220 patch came out, and I think the last tier list I had was for 214. And so that would be like 6 patches ago, or 12 weeks, or 3 months. And for there to not be any real changes in 3 months was kind of a shocker to me. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we see some updates with the release of the new set. But yeah, otherwise, back to the Ezreal deck here. Those are the big things in trying to pull this off with Ezreal. Now, I do concede that we pretty much won every single game with Yetis, but that's just kind of a function of PNZ not being a great faction. There's a lot of weird like fillery cards, and the cloning program Ezreal, you're going to run into a lot of like the Elnick stuff, and you're going to see a bunch of random like counterfeit copies and a bunch of cards that you just can't play. And so it can be a bit odd in terms of what you're piecing together with Ezreal and your end deck. So yeah, I concede we got most of our winning done with Yetis, but this is how you have to conceptually build Ezreal decks, right? He's either going to be in your deck just as a value unit, generating a mystic shot every other turn. Your opponent has to care about that at some point. You can try to piece him into like really aggressive elusives decks, or otherwise this more Ezreal kind of build around thing here you have to do with the multi targets and the units that can target. And so I thought it was a pretty good primer. If you're new to the game and haven't seen Ezreal in action before, I'm not sure what the other people were doing in my absence in terms of getting the knowledge out there, but this is the classic how do I manage an Ezreal kind of thing. So cool, fun run. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can claim these rewards. Hopefully that noise isn't too loud. I don't know why it keeps coming up. It seems to make this like really high-pitched tone every time I like click away from Runeterra and then come back into it. And so if that's loud on your eardrums, blame Riot. That's not my problem. that's completely Riot's doing. So go and blame them. But cool, we've got a bunch of wild cards. What's happening with the event pass? I certainly purchased this. Oh, some prismatics on board. Taking the unit. Oh, 2 units. Bright Steel formation. Love it. Snatch that one up. I thought we already premiumed up the Bright Steel. I guess clearly we haven't, but seems like something I would turn premium. Seems like something I would do. That's done. The store is all that's shiny. So that will do it for us today. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed the trial. Maybe learned how to Ezreal a little bit better. Maybe you learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.